Hey guys, this is Hot Noob here, and today I'll be doing a game review on a game called Galaxy Online 2. So yeah, my last review of this game was about 3 months ago, and the game has significantly changed, as well as my views on it. So, first of all, here's the game, yada yada. Um, since I last reviewed, or I'll just go based on the current stuff, the gameplay is still the same. They've added a new feature here, though. It's called the League or whatever, right? This was just because of the number of requests people are making. It really, really does not make up for the whole dueling and stuff, right? Still trying to get them to put the dueling system in. And I believe the only real reason why they're not really putting the dueling system is just because of like server capacity. They're trying to be as cheap as hell, right? That's all IGG really does nowadays. They try to spend as little money as possible, right? Um, there's like 16 servers now, and what they're doing right now is they're just spreading the players and just they're continuously spreading them, and they're only doing this for money, right? Every time they make a new server, so you gotta buy a bunch of mall points and whatnot just to get started up again and whatnot, and so on. Like, it makes no real real sense with their tactics and stuff. They still have that same old level 9 restriction for abandoning your planet. Like, WTF, right? If they're willing to, let not delete inactive players and stuff, sorry, then they shouldn't really mind if their shitty programming leaves like a little bit of extra overhead data in their database when they delete an account, right? So, like, WTF, right? And it would make them so much more money just to remove that stupid level 9 abandoned planet restriction. Instead of doing that, IGG promotes illegal activities and so on, right? So the only way to move servers or whatever to go on a different server is to create an alternative Facebook account, right? Which is, if you take a look in the terms, completely illegal, or against the TOS anyway. It's not so much illegal, but Facebook should pretty much just ban IGG as an app developer because they're promoting people breaking the TOS and stuff like that. Whatever. Right. So, performance wise, the game has gone down a lot. I'm just going to open up Task Manager here. The game still has memory leaks. It had memory leaks, well, not quite from the start, but pretty soon after they released the game, it started having memory leaks. So I'm just going to sort this by memory here. And this is the memory that's in the game, I think. Pretty sure, because that's the only one really any CPU usage, right? So, as you can see, the memory's not doing anything right now. But if you're to go into, like, here or something, right, just send your ships into an instance. And that's another thing that's really stupid. Yeah, the word instance, it's still a translation error there, right? The actual word that they should be using is like, let's think here. Mission? If you go in the German version, the actual name for the instances is mission. Like, it's literally mission, right? The English spelling of mission. So, I'm thinking sort of WTF there. Yeah. So the game is still very sexist and stuff, right? You still have the big boob girl here, and they've even upped the sexism a lot, right? They're trying to abuse, you know, pretty much they're trying to add the porno aspect to the video game here, right? So if you were to take a look at the commanders and stuff like that, right? Actually, I don't have any of the commanders here, but I'll just open it up on my site here. I made a database here just for the game. All I did was decompile the XML data and so on, and then I put it into a site here. So yeah, they have been improving a little bit, but not much, right? They started encrypting the data, like I started suggesting right off the bat, right? Like right off the start, right? It took them like 3 months, 4 months, probably 5 months, because I suggested it to them even earlier, like before that stupid game review I made, right? So yeah, slow reaction times. They could have stopped most of this beginning hacking just by putting in a simple encryption in their game data, like WTF, right? Um, anyway, here are the commanders here. I'm just going to go for them, right? They all have all of the chicks, right? There's the boob chick right there, and they love to reuse images, right? More tits, right? More... right, you know. Where's that new one? They did a promotion earlier on in the game, and the new commander was just basically this one, right? This was the new commander, and that's pretty much, you know, the whole point of the commander, right? They're saying you had to buy so and so much, right? It was a ridiculous amount of in-game items or whatever, and then that you'd have a chance or you'd get a commander, right? And I think that was the commander anyway, right? And they were pretty much just using the whole sex appeal thing, so that's something they love to do. So let's go over here for support. Support wise, they still do the same old bullshit, right? I'm just going to go to the help center here. So this one had a moderator reply, player FAQ, account blocked, whatever. Okay, and the moderators here, they almost seemed paid, like the player moderators or something, right? I really have an issue with them. I'm pretty sure IGG has some moderators that just pose, right? They hire some people in the States or something because their English sucks so much, but they probably hire people to pose as moderators and stuff, right? Or to pose as players. You can really sort of see it in the forum chats if you read enough. Anyway, here's your standard help reply. Look at this. Can't make new ships. Okay, that would be probably something in their game. That would be game error, right? Or it would be on the server. Now let's look at these replies here. Could you please change to another browser to have a try? Okay, what will that do? That will do absolutely fuck all. That won't do a thing. Do you know why? Because it's frickin' Flash, right? It's a plug-in. It really does not matter if you use Flash on Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, or whatever. It'll always be the same, except for the rendering, right? The whole graphics display, right? I actually noticed that with Internet Explorer 9, the rendering of Flash is actually a lot different than in the older versions and whatnot. So, or please design another style of ships and to have a try. Well, if you're, if you can't make new ships, right? Don't you expect them to at least try to fix it or problem, right? They're just like, oh, please try something else, design another one, blah blah blah. They're just, fuck. They don't want to spend any time, right? And that's like, it's not exactly copy and paste per se, but it's close enough to it. Earlier on, what they do is they just pretty much copy and paste the responses over and over, right? They probably even had a little shitty... Okay, they probably didn't have a program because their programmers don't even have the ability to make something so simple, right? So, yeah, if you're going to play this game, don't buy anything, right? Maybe you can you can watch like videos or something, right, to get free points. Maybe do a few of those, and then, you know, whatever, right? Uh, Unfortunately, the game is very popular in Germany, right, and other languages, right? I have no idea what the forum URL is for them, and I don't even think they have a forum for the other languages, or maybe it's automatically redirected. Here, I'm just going to switch it to German, and whatever. I don't have the game open up long enough for you guys to see the memory leak, but it is there, and I've been told that it happens worse. Like the worst place it happens is during battles and stuff. I'm also suspecting that there is a memory leak with the whole. When every time it sends a message back and forth, I'm pretty sure there's a memory leak there, because if you're to just sit around and do nothing, your memory or your RAM will go up, so it's probably in the back end there. So this here is the German. Okay, they do have forums. Totally different URL. Let's look at this. Let's see if there's anyone pissed off. Look at this. Seriously, WTF. They're using PHBB, right? Like, oh my god, this is so bad, right? The English forums here, they look professional, but they use WTF, right? Use a completely different setup. They don't even use their own thing, right? So that says how competent they are at programming, right? They don't even want to use their own crap, so they use some pre-built script, right? And I don't even know if these guys even like created this form. Doesn't even look like it's by IGG or anything like that. And look at this users browsing this form. None. Totally dead. That really says something. Right? So 10 users for Dutch, or is that German? Looks like German, Spanish, French, and international. Look at that shit. Okay. That just says everything right there. So, yeah, I guess that's enough flaming of IGG. They gotta fix up their shit, and please, IGG, get some real dueling features right. It's really annoying not being able to, like, duel your friends and stuff, right? That's such an important feature, and you're missing it, so, it's missing. It really needs it, so, fuck. IGG, just, like, fix it. Stop being so fucking, like greedy and actually do something, right? In the long run, IGG, if you actually do something and fix your frickin' game and whatnot, you'll be making more money rather than pissing everyone off eventually, right? I'm pretty sure that it's getting harder and harder for IGG to actually advertise, because they've scammed so many frickin' players, right? There's so many damn players that just don't want to deal with IGG anymore because of their shitty customer supports, right? And people keep coming back for some odd reason because they're just like, oh, maybe IGG has changed. Well, here I'm saying it now, IGG will never change. I've been playing their games for like 3 or 4 years now, and their support has not changed. And just go into frickin' Google, right? It's still shitty support. So my recommendation is that you just don't play any of IGG's games anymore, and that's pretty much all I have to say. So I'll see you guys later. If you like what I have to say and whatnot, just come check out my blog at hotnoob.com, and I'll see you guys later.